And at that time, we didn't have, the doctors came to the house to deliver the babies. So I was delivered at home. I have two brothers and one sister. My older brother is Barney, and then it was me, and then it was my sister Dorothy, who's been gone for a few years, and then it was Larry, and we were all 6 years apart. So by the time Larry came along, I was 12 years old, and we were almost old enough to be his mom, and I guess I kind of took care of him like a mom, because my mom worked outside so much. My grandma Olson was really special to me. She was, I just used to like to go to her house because it was all, you always felt welcome, and she always made you feel good. We had a one-room schoolhouse. We lived about 2 miles from school, so Barney and I, Barney rode horseback, and they had a barn for the horse at the schoolyard. So then when I started school, then I rode with him. We rode double to school. And we'd all pack in the car and go to 8 on Saturday night, and Mom would go buy groceries, and we'd go and have lunch someplace. If we were lucky, we maybe got to have some ice cream. Sometimes we would go to shows a lot, and the movies would be usually kind of country western music or shows, and it was like, I'm thinking when I first started to go to the shows, it was like 10 cents. And then we'd have, if we were lucky, we'd have a nickel, and we could buy some popcorn. And if we didn't, we'd probably try and eat somebody else's or something, whatever. Hope they'd leave us some. But then, and that's kind of how that was our social life. Well, then, as I grew up and got older and I got to be a teenager, well, then there was different restaurants we used to go to. And one was the Green Lantern, and one was Olson's Cafe, and that's where people would all kind of gather and have booths. And that's where I met my husband, Wendy, and that's how it started. And then we would go, after we could sit in the restaurant for a while, we'd go to the Coliseum where they'd have music, and we'd dance, which I'd done a lot of dancing, liked to dance. And that was kind of how that life was. And then after I got married, then we moved to a farm close to Wendy's folks.